So in the procurement process, you can decide to buy just a basic cell, and you're an experienced robotic welding user, and say, I want to go it alone, I'm going to make everything myself. And that's okay. If you've got that skill set, that's fine. If you're a new user, and I've heard it before too, we need to save money, we're going to make our own fixture. That's a challenge, or it can be, because the question is, are you a skilled robot welding fixture maker? And that's a long sentence for a very good reason. So if you are, great. If you have question mark over it, what we try and encourage is get the first fixture made by an experienced maker of these types of equipments. And we'll be open and share, so the next time around, you will have that skill set to make the other variants, the other modules. So we're not in to catch you on forever, and then you can choose to make the subsequent fixtures yourself, or you can continue the relationship with Stahle.
Yeah, correct. Because one of the biggest issues that I come up against is we do our own tooling.
Yeah.
And there are disadvantages to that, because when you have spent 30+ years studying this kind of thing, you know a lot of the things that are not evident on the surface. You know, heat draw locations, you know, so many things that, you know, somebody new to the process, they don't think about those things, and sometimes they don't address them appropriately in their fixturing design. You know, the other challenge is what are you not doing while you're designing that?
Yeah.
What are you know, within your facility, if you dedicate one of your engineers now, or you say to your manufacturing engineer, okay, you're going to take over this cell and this cell project, and you have to design the tool and everything. So what else is he not getting done during that time period? And that is money that is being spent that needs to be considered towards, perhaps we could buy the tooling outside.
Another key thing is timeline. You're going to have your requirements, and some will say, I need it tomorrow. And in some cases, that's not true. You're enthusiastic, you want it, we understand that. But there has to be a realistic timeline of how he can make fixturing, we can produce a robot welding cell for you. Now, if it's off-the-shelf stuff, we carry a stock, a good deal of machines, so the delivery schedule can be quite short. But to get the fixturing that you require to do the job well might not be that timeline too. So we have to be empathetic both ways, what you actually require, what we're able to deliver realistically between us, so that it becomes a successful project. Once there's a kickoff, we have project managers inside CLOOS that will work on the whole thing and keep an eye on it. Hopefully you'll appoint a key contact within your company, so the flow of information is regular and constant and accurate. During that period, there'll be some fleshing out of detail on the fixture, some analysis of reach and access and things like that, some clear timelines given. But then there comes a point where this equipment has to arrive at your place. And what we try and do is create an appropriate training package for the operators, for the users, for the programmers, for the maintenance people. So this is dealt with, and it must be understood. You may be an experienced robot welding user. That puts you up a few notches. You might not have ever seen a robot before in welding. So we understand that too. We have all the training classes in our facility or at your place. Typically, the equipment will arrive. It may or may not have been programmed offline, depending what was purchased as part of the project. When we arrive, we then conduct, once it's commissioned and ready to go, the fixturing will come in and we'll commission it, then we'll train your people on how to use the machine. So we want you to be your skill sets to be capable of creating good programs, and ideally on a fixture with your parts. That's the perfect scenario.